All right, we're in the Pacific Cup tournament. I'm in the weekend round of the Rookie Division. All right, I got 3 hours and 1 minute, so I waited until the last second to do it. And I'm in my 99 account. And we are way down at the bottom. There's only 2 of us that haven't started up. There was somebody right above me. This person right here, who's in 95th. They shot a minus 30 in the opening round. What are they on track for right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're still on track for a pretty high score, so we dropped 1, picked up 4. But they could work their way up there. I came in with a 28, so I came in like 4th in tiebreakers. And I think that 30 right there was the top guy in the group. I think it was. It was either first or second. It was up there at the top. I think a 32 was first, and this person right here was second. So I don't know who's at the top, but I've got T4 clubs to get it done. So let's go on them. I'm going to shoot 2 sets of 9. All right, hole number 1 is Juniper Point, hole number 8. All right, I just want to get this firmly grasped in my mind. I haven't taken any shots at all today. Well, I did, excuse me. I shot my front, my back 9 earlier this morning. Balls, I'm going to take a snow globe and an extra mile, and that should be all I need. The trick here is to hit it perfect. If I hit it perfect, I'm on the green, make a putt, get a chip. I don't hit it perfect, I'm in trouble. It's 2.4 per ring. I got a level 6 extra mile, so that's why I have to bring. If you got a level 6 or a level 7 extra mile on this hole, you need to bring a 5 power ball. A level 8 extra mile, you can bring a 4 power ball. Level 9, you can bring a 3. And then you don't have to get up there with any overpower. With a level 9, it's 6 topspin. With my level 6, it's all the topspin I have. I don't think you get any topspin at level 7, so it's probably the same on a 7. I don't think you get any topspin or distance. One of my viewers were talking about it here not too long ago. Okay, I'm going to add on 10%, so that's 5. So that's 2 rings. It's a 2-ring pool. I did just a titch of curl, just rubbing up against the nubs. Hitting it perfect. And that's a good bounce. Good bounce. Getting up there towards the hole. The goal here is not hole-in-one. A hole-in-one's possible. And you don't know where it's going to end up down there. So the hole-in-one is just, it's a hole-in-one on these par 4s is always like that little bit of luck at the very end. But the goal coming to this hole is to get an eagle. That puts you ahead of, if you can play the minimum score minus 24 in this tournament, if you play the minimum score and you get an eagle on this hole just one time, just one, pick up one shot, go from 24 to 25, you will completely change your real estate. Especially if you came in with the minus 12, minus 24 tiebreaker. So you shot the minimum score all the way through. That'll get you up in these brackets so that once you get that where you can shoot the minimum score down and set yourself up on every hole, every single hole in this tournament, you can pick up a shot. Every single hole. And if you got low level clubs, the deal is you have no ball guide. So like the par 5s here are super albiable. It's super tricky right now. If you got clubs that have ball guide, they've tightened that up down there. There's like off the cup or on the edge of the cup, and it's moved around. And it's moved around during the week. So you could be on in one round and then come back and do the same exact thing and you'd be off. Come on, dude. No, I'm in the hole. I got my eagle. This is those types of disconnects where you can end up with a freaking bogey. Let's see. We're caught in transition here. Changing your real estate. Just picking up one shot, that puts you ahead of 30% of the people in this bracket. So if you're in a really tight bracket where everybody came in and they can shoot the minimum score, you're in this bracket. I think it was down to the 80s. It was like 84 people in this bracket came in with a 24 or better. So if it's 84, you're picking up 30 of those people right there, just getting that eagle on that hole. So you just went from, if you can shoot the minimum again, you're now up in the around 50. So every shot that you can pick up, and the whole deal is that you want to be able to not just forget about the fact that you picked up that eagle and go off to the next hole, and your minimum score is down pat. You're just trying to pick shots up. You're not trying to, your setup shots should be perfect. All right, hole number 2. Let's see if I can get it done. I'm talking about it. Let's see if this guy can shoot. Koh Hong Resort, hole number 9. All right, this is easy breezy. We're going to QB. Bring in my Acura bag. I'm just thinking here, I'm going to bring a Kingmaker. I'm just thinking I might want to bring my Horizon. My Horizon has Zippo accuracy. It's 2.8 per ring. But with the wind that we're having down there, and even though I'm adding on 10% to the cup, I'm not going to add that 10% to the cup. I haven't hit it like that. I tried that and I don't think I liked it. Even though I'm hitting down there, the deal is that I got topspin here and I can get up and I can kind of get an idea, and I've got a little bit better ball guide. So it's not as accurate, but I think it'll give me a better look at it. If I can make a great wind adjustment, that accuracy isn't that big of a problem. All right, those are the only 3 things I need. I'm going to go get an Albie right here. All right, I can get it done in this account. The minus 24 should not be the issue. It's about picking up a shot on every stinking hole. So even if you got low level clubs, I've got T4 clubs in here, and I'm not going to apologize if I can stay in T4 and get my clubs maxed out, and I've got a level 9 or a level 10 backbone, and I've only got T4 clubs. I'm not going to apologize about that. I'm going to work on these clubs down here and try and get my commons maxed out, because then I can really, because I don't have that big of a pool. If I can get one common maxed out, I can really start working on my rares. And there's not that many rares down here, so I'll be able to work on ones that I really want to work on. And I got a Guardian. I'm going to be a couple rings off. I'm going to put everything I can get on it. I'm going to be right dead center in the middle of that fairway. The way the wind's blowing, I've got plenty of room down there. I'm not going to do the 10% because the way the wind's blowing, how much distance I can give myself, I want to lean a little bit to the left. Isn't it perfect? Now I only have like 3 topspins, so that's going to put me in front of the shadow. And that you don't have to get any closer than that. With my upper developed clubs, I want to get right at the shadow. because I've got a sniper and I can engage it right there with just a little teeny bit of backspin. But I don't have a sniper here, so it's not going to do me any good to try and get up to that distance. But with a Viper, you don't have a lot of topspin. And I don't think it ever gets a lot of topspin. But when you've got lower developed stuff, it's the most accurate club in the bag. And so as long as you don't need a lot of topspin, or you need to engage just a little bit of backspin, it works fine. But this hole right here from that distance, it's not quite enough club. And so I could press the issue and try and get up there farther, but getting the next shot is what's important. And if you've got lower developed stuff and you have to do anything strange or unusual, and anytime you can bring an accurate club like a quarterback and take that shot, sometimes you have to take your lumps on distance. But it gets you to the spot almost every single time. Okay, it's 2.8 per ring. See where my ball guide's leading me. Do a little bit more than that. That's 3.2. It's 2.9 out of 10%. Now I'm not going to do that. So there's 2.8. That leaves me 4. I do just a little off. Hit it one ring great to the right. See if that put me. That was about, probably put on about 3.5. I'm going to make a note. Get a pencil. 3.5 topspin. So if I had been on trajectory there, I would have bounced off the pole. The deal is that if you bring, okay, here's the thing. If you bring an inaccurate club, let's say you bring a club that's 100% accurate. You bring a sniper and you hit a one ring great to the right. One ring great to the right is 1 mile per hour. So it goes breezing by the hole, by the flagpole, just like 1 mile per hour. It's not very far off of it. But when you're using that horizon and you hit a one ring great to the left or the right, you're 2.8 miles per hour off. Right, that wind should not be a factor at this level. Hit one ring great to the right. In the hole. All right, eagle. If you've got lower developed stuff and you have a Firefly, in my opinion, that Firefly should be the club that you have in your bag. Because you'll be frustrated with your wedge where you'll miss some shots off the cup that you could have hit with that Firefly. And there will be some shots with the Firefly that you will miss because it is inaccurate. But at that level right there where you can do that bump and run, it doesn't matter because the rings are so small. You've pulled those rings back towards you so close that the rings are so small that you can get away with a great to the left or the right. Whereas if you have to do the little bounce with like a dart, you can end up just off to the left or the right because you're right up closer to the hole. I've really only played with, I'm on hole number 3 of the Pacific Cup. I've really only played with the Firefly and a Rapier, and that's about it. I played for just a very short period of time with an Inbringer, but when it first starts, it's very inaccurate. It doesn't have a lot of stuff. When I get my Inbringer up to level 7, I'll switch. All right, I'm on hole number 3. This is Kohung Park, and it's hole number 4. All right, this is a hole-in-one that I need to get a hole-in-one on, and I've got the right club combo I'm going to bring a backbone. This backbone hits 1.4 per ring. Bring a backbone. Got a backbone. I'm going to switch this out to a Viper. And I'm going to bring a low wind ball Navigator, because that's what I got. It's good to have a little collection of the wind balls. You won't have to use them. Like, I don't use them a lot in the opening round. This time I did. I brought out some because there's this hole and the last par 3 are very hole-in-oneable. So you gotta, if you've got stuff, you gotta pull it. This is the hole that you go, okay, that's worth, let's spend some balls on, because this is definitely a hole-in-oneable hole. I'm going to put on 4 backspin, doing 1.4 per ring, and I'm going to do a 20% adjustment to the cup. And I'm aiming right at the flagpole. I'm going to aim, I was aiming at the right-hand edge of the cup, and I'm going to split the difference between the flagpole and the right-hand edge of the cup. Because I was just, when I went to the edge of the cup, I was just off. So I'm going to be a little bit to the right of the flagpole. 4 backspin, 20% wind adjustment. I'm not a fan of hitting from that side. It's too dangerous, for one. Number one, you put both those sand traps into play. You get a bad bounce, and you're in the sand. And if you don't have it set up in exactly the same spot as the last time, you're going to hit either higher up the hill or lower on the hill, and your trajectory is totally different. But on the other side of the hill, it's a rough bump from the fairway. 4 backspin. I'm going to go right in between them. 20% wind adjustment. That's 3-3. That's 6. That's a 4. It's 1-4. So there's 3. There's 4-2. Go a little shy of 3 rings. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Gave myself a look. Get in the hole. Come on. I got just as good a shot in this account as I do on my upper developed account, and just a little bit to the left of the cup. And that's where I've been ending up, and I moved it over to the right-hand edge, and I was still I missed it in the same, so I think I missed it on the opposite side. It's like when I moved it over to the right-hand edge of the cup, it got caught up on the other side, and the wind adjustment was like the wind adjustment didn't need to be made. And I've been making that wind adjustment all week long, and I've made hole-in-ones on this hole. So that's why I was just right half. I was trying to be off the cup to the right. But obviously that wasn't enough. Damn it. I don't think that's a cuss word, right? I don't think bastard's a cuss word either. Depends on your country. Let me know if bastard's a cuss word. If you guys think that's a cuss word, I won't say it, but that's one of my rat bastards, one of my home sayings. All right, I got to get my head in the game, because I needed to come out of that first 3. Those first 3 are like some of the best shots that you have. And the next best shot that you've got is this next hole, and I've got to wake up. I'm not falling for this trick. Got to make sure that you got to look at it. I always look because I have forfeited on a par 3. I thought it was a shootout. It was actually in a tournament and forfeited the hole. What were you thinking? It was when I first started forfeiting, and then I looked and see, like, because every hole you've got certain setups, and I'm like, I'm not even set up for that hole. There's no way. All right, that was hole 3. Hole 4 of the Pacific Cup tournament. Right here. Just trying to get into a rhythm on the front 9. Get it going. Maple Bay, hole number 1. Let's go look at it. All right, what do we got? Right, I'm with this account. So it's an extra mile, 1 topspin, a katana. 329 is what I'm looking for. It's an extra mile, a katana. Just looking at my stuff here. Kingfisher. All right, I got everything I need. 1 topspin, 329. That should put me somewhere towards my in between mid and max in my Kingfisher, and I'm hitting my Kingfisher 2.0 per ring. Getting up here in my range. 1 topspin. Some side spin to bring it back over towards the right on the other side. Just a full adjustment. It's 2.1 per ring, so it's just a sliver over 1 ring. Getting it perfect. You can put a little teeny, you can rev up against the nubs and right hand curl there, and that's probably recommended, because what that does is that keeps you away from that. It almost, if you hit a grate to the left, it has a tendency to want to, it slopes off to the left as it's going down. You can see where the little ridge is here right before it gets to the sand, that rough. And if you fall off and you're instantly in the sand. I mean, I don't think you can get caught up in the rough. You're just going to roll through it. It's so steep. So if you put that little teeny, just rev up against the nubs and you hit it great to the left, the ball has a tendency to want to go to the right, and it'll ride that ridge, and you may avoid it. But that shot setup down there, you should be able to hit a great to the left or the right and make it. But if you're going to hit the great to the left, the little rubbing against the nubs, I forgot to do that. And in most times it won't be important, but and that's going to be in the sand. See, that's what I mean. It rolls off real quick. If it reaches the rough, it's too late. You're not going to get stuck in the rough. Okay. Where am I at? My club. There's minimum. There's max. So there's mid. So I'm in between. 2.0 per ring. 1 backspin. 20% wind adjustment. So that's 2.4, that's 2.6, that's 2.8, it's about 2.9. It's 2.0 per ring, so it's about a ring and a half. Just need to hit perfect. Getting some serious lag. I hit that great right. Or great to the left. I lift as soon as I let go. I lifted my head. I didn't even see which way it went. I knew it wasn't. There was lag right there. After this game, I'm going to turn the app off and turn it back on. Clear the catch. There isn't anybody else on my internet. I'm close to it. I've got lots of bars. It is strong. Get in the hole. Yeah. There isn't anything good to say right there. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. I'm as dejected as he is. All I had to do was hit that perfect. Not getting it done on the front 9 in my 99 account. Need to pick some stuff up. Still have opportunities, but can't be dropping shots like that. That's 3 holes in a row with serious shots at picking something up, and I didn't capitalize. I'm not a big fan of putting your ball guide that far past it. Sometimes they'll pop over the cup. You want to see it on the other side, but I'm not a big fan of seeing too much of it on the other side. All right, let's get into a rhythm here, dang it. Let's get some stuff going. Maybe I'm slow on the front and I'll pick it up on the back. I got to pick it up sometime. I might as well start right now. All right, that was hole number 4. Hole number 5. What do we got? Maple Bay. Hole number 8. Hole number 8. Da 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 da. I haven't done. This hole right here is the one hole that I've gotten lucky on 2 times this week. And the deal is that I'm trying to play the luck. Because what I'm doing is not getting me. I'm going to take a Nirvana, or excuse me, a Navigator. 1.4 per ring, 30% wind adjustment. I'm going to hit a grate to the left. All right, backbone, 30% wind adjustment, 1.4 per ring, grate to the left, which shouldn't be too hard because I haven't been hitting perfect. I hit some perfect and missed them. It's never good. In my main account, I shot a minus 30, which means I picked up 6. And I had 6 shots to the green that were perfect that didn't go in the cup. And those are the ones that are the heartbreakers. The 6 that I missed that I hit great to the left, to the right, that's it's a different problem. But when you hit a shot perfect, you just have this expectation that it's going to go in the hole. And so if you make great adjustments, and they really got it down here where we're making all these little micro adjustments. I'm going to try and do this with no backspin, or no side spin, excuse me. %, wind adjustment, that's 1.2, that's 5.2. There's 4.2, so it's almost 4 rings. I want to hit a grate to the left. And I hit a grate to the left. 1 ring, grate to the left. And the next time I come to this hole, I'm going to shoot that same exact shot, and I'm going to try and hit it perfect. Because I've ended up, when I've hit the shots unintentionally grate to the left, I've only hit 2 of those this week, and I've been in the hole both times. And the 2 times that I've tried to hit that shot where I was just like, all right, why rock the boat? If I'm in that spot and it wants me to hit a grate to the left and go to the cup, then all right, then just hit a grate to the left and go to the cup. I mean, that's where I'm at as far as like practice. So my practice account, I only have 1 practice account, and I didn't have time to get it through the opener, so I didn't have time to get any practice in on it and really kind of dial the hole in and make adjustments. So like in my main account, I've tried several different things, but there's several other ways to shoot that hole. You can do a rough bump on it, and I'm not interested in that at all, especially the way the wind's blowing. And on this hole, I'm not interested in that. And you can go right at it with Guardian. If you've got a Guardian that's got any ball guide, it's got to have over 2, because you really can't see the 3rd bounce even with an upper developed one. But if you got over 3 with it, that's awesome. Right. All right. Good luck in the tournament. All right, where are we at? I'm on hole number, that was hole number 5. I'm on hole number 6, the Pacific Cup tournament. Let's go look at it first. This is Gokasho Bay, hole number 6. I'm actually having more luck on that hole with this account than I am with my main. All week long, I didn't get the eagle on that hole. All right, I'm doing the black line, faux show. I'm going to take an extra mile, a Kingmaker, my backbone, and a Viper. My goal is to do a rough bump with my backbone, and if I'm in between clubs and I don't get to the right spot, then I'm going to have to bounce it over from the island. Taking a Kingmaker. All right. Here we go. Going out on the course. Playing some Golf Clash. Getting the Albie, of course. Hey, we're kings of golf. We're just partying around. We just playing tournaments. Unlike the other clowns. 3-9. It's 2.5 per ring, so that leaves me what? I'm gonna do 1.5. With that wind, it's not gonna hurt if you overpull it. But if you overpull it too much, the rough, it's shorter distance to the rough on the left than it is to the right. So you can run out here and end up in the rough. The ideal spot is in that little divot. I'm at 228, and I really want to be, where do I wrote my numbers down with this club combo. I'm either going to be taking this rough bump with my Viper at 1.7 per ring or my backbone at 1.4. If I'm on my backbone, it's going to be at max club. If I'm on my Viper, it's going to be a minimum. So it's actually not 1.7. It's 50% more than that. So half of that would be 8. That'd be 2.5. So be somewhere in the 2.5 range, maybe a little bit more. I was just rounding down. All right. Let's see if we can get, if we're in the right spot. Right in between clubs. Need to have a little bit more distance. Maybe 2 rings off. Bring it around to the hole. Three, 4. There's 3. I'm going to do about a ring and a half. About 2.5 rings. A little bit of curl to bring it back to the cup. And I hit it great to the right. So I definitely brought it back to the cup. If I wasn't going towards the cup, I am now. That was a great to the right. The deal is I had to put on enough topspin to get over so I didn't clip the rough. So if you don't make your shot, the deal is don't. I gave myself a look at Albie by putting that curl on there, but the thing is that I would have had to hit the flagpole and would have had to be lucky because I knew I was going to come in with some speed to get over. I have a Guardian and I could put it in here, but it's only a level 1 Guardian. It doesn't have any ball guide at all. I don't even think it has. If it has 1, I don't even think it has 1. Well, maybe it has one. I think you can see where it's going to hit. Maybe. This ball guide blows. I've used it because there's a few holes that you can use a backspin club if you got a low level account and just get up on the green, get your birdie, and move on. Dang it. Couldn't put myself in the optimal spot. That was all the topspin I have on that club, and it's not going to do any good to bring out. I was as far in that hole as I could possibly be. This is not my favorite kind of putt to make. I don't want to have to take that putt again, I can tell you that. I don't want to have to take that putt ever. I would have rather had a chip in with my Kingfisher. My opponent brought a power 5 ball, or a power 4 ball. That's a firework ball. Power 3, wind 3, or power 4, wind 3. Or maybe 3 side spin and 2 wind. It's a bigger ball. I can't remember. All right, this is not setting myself up. That was hole number 6. Okay, I'm in a 3-hole run here, and finishing off this round, I need to pop off. I need to just like get on fire on these last 3 holes. So I'm going to restart the app because I got that timeout with somebody, and I want to make sure I'm fresh. So hold on one second. All right. Took that opportunity to go talk to a man about a horse thing, grab a cup of coffee. What hole are we on? What hole am I on? Hole number 7. All right, I'm in the last 3 here, and I need to pick something up, and I'm going to do it on every single one of these. That's the goal. This first one is, let's see what I got down here. Extra mile, power 4 ball. Let's go look at it. What am I thinking? Gokasho Bay, hole number 1. Uno. Extra mile, Kingfisher, power 4 ball. That's all I need. And as much wind as they can give me. All right, to the cup. It's a Kingfisher to the cup. Kingfisher hits 2.1, 2.4. I should be right at minimum Kingfisher, so it should be pretty close to the 2.4. I'm going to do a 10% adjustment to the cup. Man, I got just enough wind. Just barely enough. It carries a little bit farther down in that hole. And that's all the curl I got. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I caught it. Just there you go. There's a little divot right up here. If you can get into that range, you're in your rapier range. I was talking to my teammate Kyle. He does all of our admin stuff. Kyle is, if you're in the Kings of Golf 2, going up, you owe all of the stuff for moving up to Kyle. He keeps track of all of the tournament stuff. All right. want to focus on this shot here. I'm just thinking about the numbers. 2.4 per ring. 2.1. Let's see where I'm at in my club. 10% wind adjustment. 10%. Right at minimum club. I don't trust that little bit of ball guide there. Move up so I can put just a little bit of backspin on it. .4, 10%, that's 2.6. It's 1.4 per ring, or 2.4. And that's just a sliver over. Hitting it perfect. All right, I gave myself a look. Get in the hole. Oh, you rat bastard. Oh. Oh. That's a bummer. Ball guy was lying just a little. It's one of those deals, if I'd have put it short, it would have went, oh yeah, I'm short. And it would have stayed short. That's why I was trying to get up a little bit more, because I didn't trust the ball guide on that little hill on the fringe. When it comes down there, it's at just enough of an angle when you're on the fairway on the fringe right there that it wants to slide. And so when it slides, it picks up speed. And so that's why I moved it onto the green, because I wanted to try and avoid that slide. I wanted the ball guide to be a little bit truer. I should have put on just a little bit more backspin, maybe 2. With a Hornet, it's right at 1. Like if you can use your Hornet at max club with 1 backspin, that's when it's like that's in its spot. That's a good sweet spot for it. You can still do really well with it if you have to engage more than that in backspin, but when you're on those shots where you only have to engage your Hornet with 1 backspin, it is like right on. I'm still learning the nuances on this Kingfisher. It's a great club if you've got lower developed clubs. It's the short iron. It doesn't have distance, but it's got, typically you're engaging your short iron with just a little bit of backspin. That's where those short irons, all of the short irons, are really good. And Kingfisher's got backspin right off the bat, but it also has accuracy and ball guide. So it has that little bit of backspin, but it has accuracy and ball guide right off the bat. All right, that was hole 7. That was a heartbreaker, but we're going to move on. I got to forget about each hole and play each hole like it's a brand new day. Hole number 8. Hole number 8 of the Pacific Cup tournament. Hole number 8 is at Juniper Point, hole number 7. Hey, no, I don't want to go there. All these images are brought to you by Golf Clash Notebook. I wish they'd update or figure out what they're going to do with it. I hope that somebody's going to take it over. Juniper Point. All right. I definitely got a shot at a hole-in-one here. I don't have quite the ball guide that I have with my upper developed clubs because I've got a sniper, but you got to take what you get. I'm going to bring a Viper because it's the most accurate and has the best ball guide. I think my Horizon has a little bit better ball guide, but the accuracy here is really important too. I'm taking a Carnival ball in my big one, so I'm going to need some of those. Select. All right. 20% adjustment to the cup. We're right at it. I tried this this bit of being off the flagpole, and I'm still being off. So I'm going to go back to aiming right at the flagpole, because you can't go wrong if you're hitting off. You got to make a little bit of an adjustment. I played the front 9 in my main account, and then I took the night and I went and watched them all and looked at my notes and looked at the ones that I hit the right stuff on and wrote that stuff down, and the ones that I didn't get the right result, tried to make changes to try and pick it up on the back, and actually didn't shoot as well on the back as I did on the front. Uh-oh. I better hope I make it. Uh-oh. No, they're going to end up in the rough and have a rough bump. Because I don't think you can make a putt from there. All right, I got a nav. Blue rings. Wedged in. About 1 and a sliver. Topspin. 20%, 10% wind adjustment, 20%, 3.6, 3.6, 1.7, it's 3.4. It's just a titch. I'm gonna lean. And I hit it great to the right. Oh! And I'm still great to the left. Every shot this week I've missed. I have been trying to pull that ball to the right. And I can't. I've made 1 hole in 1 on this hole this week, and this is a hole that I've in the past, like hole in 1, like I was hard not to get a hole in 1. And they've made some adjustment, it's just playing different. And the wind, I think, is blowing the same way as it was blowing the last time. See, with a Firefly, right there, he's got less than 2 ball guide. So he's trying to extrapolate like where it's going to end up down there with those bounces. And it looked like it was going to be short because he had so much backspin on there, but you can't tell because you can't see the ball guide. But with a Firefly, you can stretch that thing out and you can see it. That would have been a fairly easy shot with a Firefly. But when you've got a lower developed account, the clubs, like the numbers that we look for in clubs for what we're playing with upper developed clubs versus lower developed clubs, you've got to look at it different. Power is not that big of a deal. Ball guide, accuracy. All right. Dang it. What hole are we on? Hole number 9. Hole number 9. Da-da-da-da. Maple Bay. Hole number 9. What am I doing here? I have no idea what I'm doing here. I have no idea how much topspin to put on this. So we're just going to wing it. QB. Viper. Horizon. If I get to the right spot, one of my teammates, I think it was Flip, posted a video where he did a rough bump. And if I can get to the right spot with that horizon, I'm going to do a rough bump. Kingmaker. All right, let's get the ball rolling on that one. You're ready to roll. Get some coffee, get some motivation. maybe I will get out there on the course. I go first. Excellent. You got about 2.5. I'm going to get out there as far as I can. 2-1. I may hit this too long. That's all the curl I got. And I hit one ring great to the left. I have less room on the left than I do on the right. Don't over-roll. So I'm going to write on here, not quite max topspin. I've been messing around on that shot, and I've been doing the safe shot up above so people could see what you could do. Just going out there and just really laying it up where you don't have a lot of curl. If you got a level 7 quarterback, it doesn't take very long to get there. And the thing I don't like about that shot is that you could get caught up in the rough right there and you're sunk. And it's easier to get down into that hole than it is there. All right, it's 2.8 per ring. I'm at max club. What does the Horizon have? It has great ball guide, and it has great topspin. 3.4, I'm doing a 10%. So that's going to be 3.7. It's 2.8. That leaves me 9. It's about a third. So it's 1 1/3. Hitting it perfect. Gave myself a look. Gave myself a look at it. See if I had enough topspin on there. Nope. Didn't quite get it to the cup, and I was a little bit to the right. It was almost like the 10% to the cup was off, that I shouldn't be doing a wind adjustment. From the rough up there. So I'm going to make a note. 99. I'm going to make a note here for 99 on this hole because I think I can pick that up. What did my opponent do with their white ball? I come here all the time with the Marlin. And so whenever I get this hole, you can play this. Usually the combo I'll play it with is a big topper and a big dog, or my QB. And any club will work as long as you can get down into that hole. With a Marlin, it's actually an easier shot because it's all set up. You just have to hit the first shot. You just have to set the first shot up. If you set it up right and you can hit a good or anything better than a good, you'll end up down in that hole. It's a draw. All right, I picked up 1 on the front, so I shot 13, so that puts me on track for a 26. And I came in with a 28. I shot a 20. I shot a 14. I think I shot a 14 and a 28. So I got to pick it up on the back. This account it's capable of picking up. The par 5s here are problematic because I don't have ball guide. But that shot on hole number 9 right there, doing that rough bump, that does help me out because it does give me an opportunity to use what I have to its best advantage. if I can get down in that hole. So I can actually say that I think this account has a serious shot of an Albie on hole number 9. So going back through the round, hole number 9, I really do think that with that shot, I got a shot at it on the back. And I do have a shot at this hole in 1 on 8. Not as good as if I had a sniper or something to have more ball guide, but I got a good shot at it. Hole number 7, I have a good shot at that hole too, because I've got that Kingfisher. Hole number 6, that one's a little more problematic. I have a shot at it, but it's not. But if I can get in the right spot to do the rough bump, I have just as good a shot there as I do in my upper level account. But I got to get to that spot where I get the rough bump. And I've been about 10 yards short. And I've got all of the topspin that I can muster on that club. And the only way I could get more distance is if I stayed more to the right. And I'm giving myself plenty of room on the right-hand side, so that if I hit a great to the left or the right, I'll still end up in the fairway. And so I either need to hit shorter than where I'm at, or I need to make sure I get in that hole. And I'm already pushing the limit. So I think what I'm going to change on that hole when I get to it is I'm going to short shoot it. I'm going to put on the minimum amount of topspin I have so that I can take that shot with I can do the rough bump. If I brought a 3 power ball and did it with a katana instead of a Kingmaker, that would pull me so that no matter where I hit out there, I would be on my wood. So right now with a 3 power ball, I'm right in between clubs. That in between clubs would be further back with a 2 power ball, and that would mean that I was in the spot in my wood. So if I try and short shoot it, I'm only making that situation better. So I think I'm going to take a katana when I get to that hole and short shoot it so that I can at least get the look with my wood, because I'm not able to get the distance to my long iron. And I know that I can, but I would rather at least get one shot at it. Where are we at? Hole number 5, my chances are as good as anybody else's. That's a pretty low percentage hole in my mind. Hole number 4, I got a serious shot at that hole because it's in a Kingfisher range. Hole number 3, I got a serious shot at that because it's in backbone. Hole number 2 is the only hole that I really have to take that shot from distance, and everybody's got to take it. If you got better ball guide, you can get right up on it in hole number 1. So there's only really one hole that I don't have a serious shot at, and I'm just not getting drops. So I got to pick this up. All right, let's do, I'm going to stop this video and then I'll fire off another one. I will see you on the back 9. Disappointed. Thanks for watching.